This looked like a good place to stop, right at the top of a hill. So, you haven't seen much of me lately. You know, when I'm bicycle touring, oftentimes I'm enjoying myself out on the road, but there's a part of me that wants to be back home because, not just because of the comforts of home, but because there are things that I want to accomplish that I simply can't do on my bicycle. Then, when I am home, then I start thinking about being back out on my bike again. You know, I'm at home doing the things I wanted to accomplish there, but there's certain things that I can only do out on the road, out on my bicycle. So I've always had this like split in me where when I'm on my bike, I want to be back home, and when I'm back home, I want to be back out on my bike. Prior to like May of 2020, I had not gone home to my home in Park City, Utah for more than 7 years. I don't even know when it was, but I conducted this 2-year-long bike tour across Europe and Asia 8 years back now. And at the end of that bike tour, I thought I was in the best shape of my life. I flew home to spend the holidays with my parents for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And then I was planning to go off to South America and do a bike tour there immediately thereafter. But while I was home for the holidays, I found out that I had cancer. And so I spent the next 5 months, I had surgery for cancer, seeing doctors, and then I started going on my bike trips again. But I would keep coming back to my parents' home in Southern California because that's where all my cancer doctors were. Even though I live 1,000 miles away in the state of Utah, what I ended up doing was just renting out my home, and I just didn't go home for 7 straight years. So last year, 2020, during the pandemic, with that all going on, and I had some stuff of my own going on, which I'll talk about later, but I decided that I was going to go home. My renters, their contract ended in May of 2020, so I said, you know, you got to leave because I'm going to move back into my place. And that's exactly what I did. In May of last year, I came back to Park City, and I moved back into my home after 7 straight years of traveling the world or staying at my parents' house or whatever, sleeping in my tent or van or all sorts of things. So for the last year, I have been in Park City, Utah, which is the longest I've probably stayed in one place since I was 17 years old or so. So for the last 20 years, I've been constantly moving. I've probably never spent more than a few months in a single place. So to spend a single year back in Park City, Utah has been, I was afraid I wasn't going to like it, that I was going to get antsy and I was going to want to get back out on the road. But the truth is, I've been loving it. I've been really kind of enjoying just living like a normal person and doing, things that I can only do when you're at home. I've made some new friends. I've gone on camping trips and biking trips and backpacking trips. I've done a whole bunch of work to my home. I actually paid off my first home and I bought a second home in October of last year. And I'll show you some of that in maybe a future video if you're interested. But I renovated both properties, and so none of that would have been possible if I had been out on my bicycle, traveling the world. So as much as I'm sorry that I haven't been making videos and riding and posting photos and blogs and all that kind of stuff, it's sort of been wonderful just to be off the bike for a little while. Like I said, I've been doing this for 20 years straight. This is actually my 21st year of bicycle touring. So to take a 1-year leave of absence was frankly kind of wonderful. So just wanted to let you know what's been going on. Anyways, it is really hot today. I'm drinking a lot, but I've only got 2 water bottles. So down here at the end of this trail, I'm nearing the end of this, there's a paved road, and at some point on that paved road I cross over like a river or a creek or something, so I'm hoping to refill my water bottles there, but I'm trying to be conservative with my water in the meantime. Alright, that's it. Just wanted to let you know what's going on. Darren Alf here from Bicycle Touring Pro, back out on the road. Here we go. My butt's probably all dirty now. I just heard a big grunting sound over here to the right, and look down here in the trees. I see a big dark creature right there, which at first I'm like thinking bear or something, but it's really just a bunch of cows. So I am in the Uinta National Forest right now in like northeastern Utah, and because this is a national forest, you're allowed to graze animals out here. So right behind me in these trees are a whole bunch of cows. I think there's like a little creek or something down there, so they're drinking water from the creek and just taking shelter in the shade. But yeah, it kind of scared me a little bit because I'm going along this trail when all of a sudden I hear that mooing sound. Like, I thought it was a bear at first, but no, it's just a cow. Speaking of bears, I forgot my bear spray. Something I should remember to pack next time because I'm in total bear country right now. But hopefully we'll be okay. This guy's coming out, he's really looking at me here. I don't want to scare him. He's kind of scaring me. Oh. So I'm off of that little single track trail now and back on a dirt road. And down here is going to be a paved road, I believe. But Cedar Hollow Complex, very cool little campground back here. There are cows just roaming everywhere. I hear a car coming. Sign there for the bears. And I would totally just camp here tonight, but I don't have enough water. Part of me is thinking of going down to the river, which is not very far, getting water, and then just coming back here for tonight. So we'll see. Yeah, so the road and the river is just down here, I don't know, a mile or two. And so I'm kind of thinking of just going down, and if I can access the water there, I'm gonna come back to this campground because it's really nice and there's no one out here, although a car just pulled up just a moment ago. It's one car, big campground. So yeah, we'll see. If I can access the water right here by the main road, then I'll stay here. If I can't get to the water, then I'll continue down the road because I know there's a point down the road where I can access the water. But it's a little after 6 o'clock at night right now. It's pretty windy. Perfect temperatures though. Like, that's why part of me wants to just continue going. But I think it would be nice to just set up my tent and camp and just enjoy myself. So for the evening, cook some food and stuff like that before it gets dark. So the main issue here is water. Alright, here I am on the road now. This is the way, there's a road back there. That's the way I'm going to go tomorrow, is off in that direction. But if I can find water, which I think I can, right here, I'm just going to camp back up that road about 2 miles. Alright, there's the river. And water. It's exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to fill up my water bottles right now, and then we'll head back to camp. There are so many bugs flying around down here. It's probably not good to drink this water, but I do have a filter. So I'm gonna fill up just this one and this. Oh, they're biting me. So I got 2 water bottles plus this little thing, which is like half a water bottle, and that's gonna have to hold me overnight, 2.5. Bugs are all right. I have a bug down my shirt right now. How am I gonna get it with one hand on the handlebars? Okay, just squish it. Jeez. Okay, so I got water. There's a car behind me. Gotta cross this road. Okay. And now I'm gonna go back the direction I came from, about a mile or 2 uphill on this dirt road back to that campsite, because it looked like a really good spot. And then in the morning I can come back to the river right there again and get more water. I'm in the wrong gear. So here we go, back up the road, past the dead cow, which is over there to the right. It says camping limit 14 days. It's free camping in the National Forest. That's what I like. The only downside to this campsite is it's gonna be a lot of cows roaming through the campsite all night, probably making a lot of noise. Hey buddy. All right, passing the Cedar Hollow Complex sign again. Watch out for bears. I'm gonna go this way. There's a toilet over there. I am really living it up tonight. I got a pit toilet. Nobody at the campsite as far as I can see. We'll see what we got over here. Looks like I'll have my pick of campsites. There's one right there, fire pit. I'm gonna see if I can find something a little more private. This is just out in the open here. There's a campsite right here, right by the toilets, but I'm not sure I want to be that close to the toilet. And then there's another trail here, but I think then we're leaving this little campsite area. Gonna see what the sign says. Aspen Pass HEV Trail. Okay. Whew, I'm not gonna go that way. I'm gonna camp right there. All right, so I've decided to pitch my tent right behind the toilet, basically. Seems like the best, most secluded campsite. And in the morning, the sun's gonna come up, it's gonna blast me out of the tent, I know it. So I'm gonna try to hide behind one of these trees that's over to my right here. But I think the main problem tonight is gonna be these cows. It's very possible that, I don't know if you can see them in the background behind me, but there's just cows wandering past, and there's like cow pies and stuff all over the place here. But it's very possible that those cows could just roam straight through my campsite. So if I hear any noises outside my tent tonight, I'll just tell myself it's cows and not bears. Hopefully the cows keep the bears away. Anyways, I am sweaty, it is hot. Last I looked at my thermometer, it was 84 degrees, and it's 7 o'clock at night right now. So I'm gonna set up my tent and try to relax a little bit here. It's 8 o'clock at night right now. The weather is perfect. And I've been carrying around this heavy can of vegetable soup all day long. I actually have 2 cans of vegetable soup in here. Very, very heavy to carry. So I'm gonna cook one tonight, one's for tomorrow night, and that'll be my dinner. I have some other food in here as well, but I'll probably, let's see. In here I have dehydrated strawberries. I bought a dehydrator last year and I've been making my own food on it. So like here's dried out strawberries. They're pretty good. And here are dried out cherries. Dehydrated cherries. Here's my camp stove. So when strangers meet me for the first time usually, they ask, what do you do for a living, right? That's like one of the most common questions people ask. And I usually, just to dumb it down, say that I'm a professional cyclist. If they want to know more, I go on to explain that I do these long distance bike tours and I teach people how to conduct their own bike trips, and I have a YouTube channel and a website and books that I've written and all sorts of things. So that's kind of what I generally say. And when people hear that, they usually say, wow, you must really love cycling to have been doing it for 21 years, you know? And they're right, like there are aspects of what I do that I do really enjoy, but cycling by itself is actually not like the main thing that I enjoy about bicycle touring. In fact, like I would hardly call myself a cyclist, even though I've done more cycling than most people on the planet. So why do I keep doing this? Is the big question. Why do I keep doing this 21 years later? I remember going off on my first long distance bike tour when I was 17 years old and thinking like, wow, like this is going to be a life-changing experience. I'm going to come home from this and I'll have accomplished something great, but then I'll never do it again, you know? But after that first year, I just got addicted to not the cycling, but just the overall experiences that come with bicycle touring, going to new places, meeting new people, having new experiences, having your experiences on the road change the way that you think about the world. I think that as a whole is what has brought me back to bicycle touring year after year after year for the last 21 years. It's not the bike or the gear or all of that. There's so much focus, especially on the internet, about the gear you're using. What tent should you use and what kind of bike should you ride and all that kind of stuff. In the grand reality of things, like it really doesn't matter all that much. The experience is what you're trying to capture when you go on a bike tour, and the experience or the experiences is what have brought me back to bicycle touring year after year after year for the last 21 years straight. So yes, I'm a professional cyclist. I travel the world. I get paid to ride my bike and make videos and write books and articles and things like that. But I'm not a hardcore cyclist in any way. And I'm saying that because maybe you watching this are also not a hardcore cyclist. Maybe you're just an average normal person that would like to go off and have a life-changing experience. And if that is the case, then bicycle touring is certainly something that I suggest you try. I know that it has changed my life for the better, and hopefully it can change your life for the better as well. All right, I'm gonna cook my dinner here because I'm getting distracted talking to the camera. And once that's done, I'm gonna crawl inside my tent and go to bed. Alright, so that just about does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, I would really appreciate it if you give me a big like here on YouTube. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to smash that subscribe button down below and hit the bell icon so you're notified each and every time I publish a new video. I am going to be releasing a whole new series of videos here on the Bicycle Touring Pro YouTube channel, so you're going to want to make sure that you are subscribed. Before you go, I just want to give a big thank you hug, a digital thank you hug, to all of my Bicycle Touring Pro patrons. Those of you who have donated to my channel so that I can get the camera gear and equipment that I need to produce these videos here on the Bicycle Touring Pro YouTube channel. So thank you guys so much. You know who you are. If you want to become a patron and receive a handwritten postcard from me, a Bicycle Touring Pro t-shirt, or a whole bunch of other bonus goodies, go to bicycletouringpro.com/patrons to learn more about how you can donate to the channel and become a Bicycle Touring Pro patron for yourself. Also, I want to give a big thank you to those of you who have purchased my book, The Bicycle Touring Blueprint, over the last year or so. This is my how-to guide on how to conduct a long-distance bicycle tour anywhere in the world. If you've bought my book, my video courses, my t-shirts, or anything in the Bicycle Touring Pro store, thank you so much. Your support really means the world to me. Alright guys, that's it. I am Darren Alf from bicycletouringpro.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you out on the road sometime soon. I'm going to climb inside my tent now, eat some food, climb inside my tent, and call it a night. Bye! See you in the next one. Adios! Auf Wiedersehen! Do widzenia! Ciao!